life. When niggas are CLD, won't even get pulled over in they new V. The good life, let's go on a living spree. Shit, they say the best things in life are free. The good life, it feel like Atlanta, it feel like LA, it feel like Miami, it feel like...
I am doing some functional patterns movements, just trying to understand the biomechanical part, the areas in which to engage when you're doing these movements, and being a little bit more intentional than just blasting through it and focusing on the burn. Trying to really contract in the right places, get more quality in the movement. So here's the first one. Been doing about 10 or 15 of these just to get that pendulum motion and transferring from the balls of my toe to my heels and dispersing from my feet all the way to my hands. Before I just used to throw the weight back and just try to throw it up without factoring in the biomechanics on my lower half. And one thing I learned from functional patterns is instead of just throwing your butt back, all right, you want to shift the weight to the toes. And then as you come back up, it should be an alignment between the knees and the heels that should give you that sway. Coming back, weight forward, knees over ankles, heels, and then pop up. It makes timing the momentum a little bit easier. Instead of just trying to throw up the weight and gassing out your arms, you're using your whole kinetic chain to get the swing from top to bottom. So the next one's really good. I like this one. It's basically a curl to a press. Oh, that might be too heavy. The beauty of this is you don't need heavy weight. Everything is lightweight. Move back a little bit. You guys can see. Right leg down, rotating and pressing. Weight in the front leg. Come here. Weight in the right leg. Curl. Step. All the weight transfer to the front. And I'm creating this lengthening on my right side between my obliques, my lats, my hip flexor, and coming right down into that tibialis. Here, curl, press. It's cool because you don't need much reps to really feel the fatigue in the right areas. And I don't feel really any pain in the lower back. Coming down, press. Stability, strength, and explosion. All while keeping the movements functional. Left leg first, boom. I'm extended, putting a little weight on that front leg, never extending, keeping the weight stacked, knees to heels. As I come down, curl, rotate, and press. Boom, down, curl, press. Still keeping that extension of the thoracic spine, chest high, abdominal wall engaged, coming down. Shorten and lengthen, all the muscles contracting. No isolation, baby. Press. All I can think about is what we're gonna eat after this. 2 more. It's not about reps, it's just about the fatigue, the proper fatigue, and the proper recruitment of all the muscles from the anterior, the lateral, and the posterior chin. We use everything in conjunction with each other because that's how we move in space. Back side, lateral side, and front side. All right, we're gonna do some pulls on this side over here. Now it's opposite. Here, press, weight in the front leg, extending. Keeping the shoulders symmetrical, engaging the traps, the lat, and lengthening. All I try to shoot for is about maybe 6 to 8 reps, nothing more than that. Because like I said earlier, I'm more focused on the recruitment of the correct muscles rather than just blasting through it for reps and to find that burn. Thoracic spine is extended. Get some rotation step, rotate at the trunk. 2 more. 7. Now we're switching, right leg. Tension, extension, and rotation. Tension, extension, and rotation. Sorry for the ratchet playlist. That's not what I intended for. But the biggest thing that I've picked up is the distribution between my feet, on the balls of my toes, on the outer parts of my foot, and even into my heel. And making sure that I am putting the proper weight for the movement patterns that I'm doing. So that was called the step row. And then we're gonna finish it up with what's called a step press. And if you notice, everything I'm doing, it's all in motion. It's not isolated in the sagittal plane. I'm moving on the frontal plane and the transverse plane. So taking advantage of that multi-directional space, how we were intended to move. So we're here. So now right leg's forward, elbows high, trap is engaged. Not doing a depressed shoulder. I don't want to put pressure on the labrum. So we're going to go trap engage. I step, I press. Control the retraction, okay? Press, elbow tight, keeping the shoulder slightly shrugged, keeping that back and that T-spine engaged. Can you lower that music down? It's getting kind of irritating now. Tension, boom. Reaching and pressing. Distributing that weight to the front foot. Slow on the negative. Broke there. The thing is, when you start to move functionally, you start to see all the compensations that your body is trying to do. And those are the areas that we're trying to correct. One more. Shut him. Tired? I'm okay. Now we're going to do some core work. We're going to start with this slight bow in our back. All right. Now I'm going to lift my hips to get alignment with my upper body and lengthen and stretch out that T-spine. What a lot of people do wrong is they try to push through their back, creating this kyphosis in their back. What we want is we want to keep that nice and neutral spine. And then where the core engagement comes from is sucking the abdominal wall in and breathing through the diaphragm. Be surprised how freaking tough this is, even though it looks so simple. But yeah, I hope you guys are liking this workout so far. If you want to try it out, maybe take a movement and see it. Everybody can do it. That's one of the things that put me onto this is everybody, no matter the age, no matter the fitness level, there's a benefit for everybody. It's not like all this other fitness influencer crap that's out there. Only the few small percentage can do it. The goal for exercise or fitness is longevity, not just for a short period of time, and eventually getting hit with injury. So you see how my back is straight? I don't get straighter than that, baby. So this version is, it's called a quadped. It's FP's form of a plank. And now I'm gonna adjust this camera and I will show you a variation where you're doing a standing wall position and you're really forcing to keep a nice and neutral stance and spine where you have beautiful joint stacking from the shoulders to the hips to the knees and of course down to our roots, which is our ankles. So I'm gonna do this with a 10-pound weight on each hand. My hand is gonna be at a 90, so that way my shoulders are symmetrical. And where I want my feet and my heels about maybe an inch away from the wall. I want my glutes touching and I want my upper back with a slight opening on my lower back area, right above my lumbar. Arms are gonna stay tight. Everything's gonna stay glued to the wall. And as I start to breathe, I'm gonna bring in my abdominal wall. And I'm gonna maintain this structure. As I really start to decompress that spine. We'll probably only do 6 for this or 7, because at this point, my shoulders and arms are dying. One more. Oh God, jeez. The amount of exhaustion you feel on your scapulas and your upper traps and mid-back, it's insane, super insane. And all of that is just to really promote that standing neutral posture we were talking about earlier. Another good thing it's been helping me with is learning how to breathe through my diaphragm rather than chest breathing, and then really helping me come out of that compressive state that I'm always in jiu-jitsu, and really focusing on that strong T-spine extension and also in lengthening that frontal and anterior side of my body. So I sit in a better upright posture. Less pain in the shoulders, less pain in the neck, just really all to combat the jiu-jitsu compression. So yeah, that's a little bit of what I've been doing lately. Not intense by all means. Everybody can do it, and there's always ways to scale even just the simplest movements, and that's what I love about it. Literally going back to the basics, haven't touched weights since the end of last year. So it's been great. So working on it, and I'll show you my progress as we go. And then hopefully in the future I become certified and I become a human biomechanics specialist for functional patterns. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.